this Form 1023. So let me get this straight, and then you can kind of frame it from here. So let me get this straight. So it appears allegedly, based on what has been seen, you just heard we had Nancy Mace on a little bit earlier on a radio. We played that. And Mace basically said this guy took $5 million in his account while he was vice president to influence policy about an investigation for Burisma, and they paid him $5 million, so that's a bribe, allegedly. And apparently the FBI sat on this information for 4 years or 5 years. What from what you've seen, what is going on here, sir?
What we're seeing, John, is it's been weaponized. I mean, the FBI, which used to set the gold standard for law enforcement, is basically playing favorites, and to cover up for doesn't matter who, but especially the leader of the free world, to not give a letter. Christopher Wray needs to be held accountable, and I think he will be as this thing moves forward. But imagine that, holding a letter for the number of years that they did on wrongdoing. You can't do this, and you can't be president with this type of a record. It doesn't surprise me because every agency's been weaponized, but the FBI to withhold this letter, no excuse. And as we find out more, I think this is just tip of the iceberg. Look, Joe Biden has lived a life of luxury. I know of 3 houses he has, and I know what he makes. We all make the same thing. And for him to be able to afford that now is making sense. But we got to get to the bottom of it. And what else are they hiding? And why is he hiding? It's a web that we've got to untangle, and I think we will.
Well, are we going to see impeachment hearings anytime soon?
You know, with this revelation, yes, I think we will. Now, I will tell you, look at who we get, the giggler in chief. Kamala Harris is as incompetent to lead the free world as anybody I've ever known. It's an insult for her to, 1, to be vice president, but 2, for her actions. That's the dilemma we find ourselves in. But it's not just with the VP. Look at Mayorkas. Look at every agency that has been weaponized of incompetence. And the thing about it, John, they are doing all of these things to America intentionally. The American people don't deserve this. And we'll have a litany of names that will need to be impeached. And starting with Biden and then moving down the line with the appointees, I have no confidence that this administration will do anything about it. And but you've got to start somewhere, and you cannot put up this type of behavior.
Congressman, what do you think about Trump's indictment yesterday in Florida? What
a sad day. I mean, they're scared to death of Donald Trump. They're scared to death that he's going to win. They're scared to death of his policies. He doesn't deserve this. Think of the money this man's had to spend. And again, they're not just doing it for Donald Trump. They're doing it for everybody. They're still arresting people on January 6th. They let Ray Epps go, who is front and center stage of violations of the Capitol. And again, that's been weaponized. But it doesn't surprise me with Donald Trump. I just admire the fact he's fought it. He's going to continue to fight it. And the American people are on his side with this. It's a crying shame. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but they're sure trying to make this the centerpiece of the election. Look at the timing of when they're doing this.